Wakanda is in danger, not just from outside forces, from within. In the upcoming Black Panther 3, it appears they're ready to introduce not one, but two major villains. One is a familiar face, a threat that has already shaken Wakanda's foundations. The other, a mastermind unlike anything the MCU has seen before, straight out of the comics with a terrifying backstory that might just tie into a larger, looming presence of Mephisto himself. Oh, and did I mention Denzel Washington as part of the cast? Let's break it all down. Now, for months, rumors have been swirling Marvel Studios is preparing to introduce us a new T'Challa. Now, whether it's an aged-up version of his son we met in Wakanda Forever or a multiverse variant, one thing is clear: the Black Panther's legacy is not over. The idea of someone stepping into the late Chadwick Boseman's role is controversial, but most fans seem ready to see the mantle live on. Black Panther 3 is officially in development. Ryan Coogler is returning to direct, and even though longtime producer Nate Moore has announced his departure from Marvel Studios, he is still attached to this project. That alone speaks to how much Black Panther means to the MCU. But the best news is Denzel freaking Washington is on board. Now, his role still remains a mystery, but if the latest villain rumors are to be true, well, let's just say he's about to make Wakanda's life a living nightmare. Now, before we dive into it though, I want to make it very clear, this is from My Time to Shine Hello, and not Kevin Feige, Ryan Coogler, or anybody associated with the production, so we're going to take it with a grain of salt and keep in mind the track record of the source. My Time to Shine is mixed at best, but we have heard from Denzel Washington himself is part of this film, and this role fits perfectly with that actor. Now, according to My Time to Shine, Black Panther 3 is set to introduce one of the most twisted villains in Marvel Comics, Achebe. Now, if you're unfamiliar, Achebe is often described as the Joker to Black Panther's Batman. He's not a warrior. He's not a conqueror. He is a manipulator, a psychological mastermind who thrives on chaos and deception. He's not a simple trickster, not even close. Achebe's mind games can collapse entire governments. He doesn't just fight his enemies, he destroys them from the inside. Now, what's really interesting about the character is his origin story because it is very dark. Now, he was once a simple farmer, when his entire village, including his family, was slaughtered by rebel forces. When he was left for dead, he made a desperate choice. He sold his soul to Mephisto. The demon brought him back, but what returned was no longer the man he once was. He became a fractured, sadistic genius devoted to chaos and destruction. Now, why is this important? Well, because Mephisto's name has been everywhere in the MCU, at least in the realms of speculation. Now, he was absolutely name-dropped in Agatha all along, and is also rumored to be part of Ironheart and could very well play a role in the upcoming Avengers Secret Wars. Now, if Achebe's comic book connection to Mephisto remains intact, it means Black Panther 3 won't just be dealing with a new villain, it could be laying the groundwork for something much, much bigger. Now, let's talk casting for a second. Denzel Washington is confirmed to appear in Black Panther 3, and all signs definitely point to him playing the character. And if that's true, well, he is an absolutely perfect cast. Think about it. Washington has mastered roles that balance charisma, intelligence, and menace. Just look at Training Day. His ability to command the screen, manipulate those around him, and keep the audience glued to his every word is exactly what an Achebe portrayal needs. If this is true, Black Panther 3 just might deliver one of the MCU's best villain we've seen in years. But apparently he won't be the only problem Wakanda faces. The same report seems to indicate that Namor will also be making a comeback in the sequel. Now, he's definitely going to be still played by Tenoch Herrera, who played the character in Wakanda Forever. Now, in that film, Namor left things on a rather tense note with Shuri. His belief that Wakanda and his homeland must stand together against the surface world definitely hinted at future conflict, one that seems inevitable. Now, his return is, well, a little surprising because if you didn't know, there were some allegations of misconduct that surfaced in 2023. But there have been no major developments, and at this point, they're just allegations. It does seem Marvel will indeed move forward with the character, and that very well could mean if T'Challa returns, we finally get a proper T'Challa vs. Namor showdown, something fans will be hyped for. Now, he won't be the only returning character, because Letitia Wright has all but confirmed Shuri is definitely going to be back in Avengers Doomsday, and when asked about her MCU future, she played coy but dropped some very interesting hints, saying, and I quote, "Let's just say, I would like to continue with Shuri. She's one of my favorite characters. Such a blessing, honestly. I kid you not, I'm so grateful for her. There's a lot coming up." So yeah, her statement there is not that subtle. So what does this all mean for the MCU and Black Panther 3? Well, we are definitely looking at a massive movie for Black Panther 3 that's going to feature a complex psychological villain in Achebe, the return of Namor, who will probably try to exploit the chaos incited by the main villain, and very possibly the debut of the new T'Challa. But the biggest takeaway is Mephisto might finally be stepping into the spotlight. This just isn't about Wakanda anymore. Achebe's influence, his connections to Mephisto, and the larger supernatural forces at play could mean that Black Panther 3 is setting up something much bigger than just a new villain, and it could be the next major piece unfolding in the larger tale inside the MCU, specifically in the realm of the supernatural. It appears Wakanda is about to be tested like never before, but the only question is, are they ready? So, what do you guys think? How do you feel about Denzel Washington taking up the role of Black Panther's Joker, Achebe? And what do you think about Mephisto having a really big influence on the upcoming threequel? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Now, before you take off, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, ring that bell for all the updates, and make sure you get every notification because we do daily Marvel and DC content and we don't want you to miss any news.